What's up, everybody? 2021 is here. A lot of stuff happening.
Outrageous Fun. Season 3.
What's up, everybody?
What's
yeah, a lot of stuff still happening. A lot of
Just
stuff
noticed
knocking
the
us out.
background.
Huh?
I noticed the background.
The fucking green screen is drug out.
Well-
Actually looks kind of cool. Look at that.
We'll keep
Yeah,
it
no,
going.
we're going to keep going. Don't worry. We don't get affected. What's up, kid?
What up, dude? I got a new apartment.
I know you did.
So it's pretty sweet.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. Upper West Side, as I said, way cooler neighborhood. No. It's actually the other way.
What's that supposed to mean?
The Upper East Side is this.
Oh. What's that supposed to mean?
They're snobby old people vibe.
Very judgy, man. Very
I
judgy.
treat them, dude. I hang out with
I
them.
just thought you were different.
Dude, all the Upper East Side, not all of them. I have an Upper East Side lady right now who is fucking crazy adorable. I was like, you should be a TV show, dude.
Aw.
She's so cute. But a lot of them, it's just like the vibe of Upper East Side. Not that I have anything up against it. Like, it was a good 2 years there, you know? Mm-hmm. But like Upper West Side, I don't know. It's just a great location. Don't matter. It's just a good vibe change of a new apartment.
I was going to say, right now, you don't even know anything about the Upper West Side. You're very much, it's
No,
new,
well,
new
I
is
do.
fun.
I do home care on both sides, so I'm over there a lot.
Right, but new is fun. Like, you're going to be
New is fun.
appreciating it.
The location is like a little. The location's a little bit more quiet. So there was like we were stuck between two busy ass roads. There was always garbage on our street. This one's a little bit nicer. We got the Riverside Park right there, dude. It's fucking nice.
That's dope.
Like
You're
a
right
park
near
in-
the river?
Right near the river, park right there.
That's cute.
Yeah,
Very cute.
I'm happy with it.
Awesome.
I am
for
happy
you.
with it.
Nice
what
change
I
of
am
scenery.
not happy with is how sore my legs are right now because I, like an asshole, like a poor-minded asshole, decided that I wasn't going to pay for movers. I was going to do it literally all by himself.
Why didn't you just ask? And I would have told you. Me and Frankie just did that. It was the worst experience of my life. I'll
Oh,
never
you-
do it
you
again.
did do it too,
Yeah,
right?
it took me all
day.
of my energy.
It was a 9 to 5, and I
Easily.
did 4-floor walk up down, 3-floor walk up, and we did 4 trips in the car, and I did like all the lifting.
Duh.
And it was just a fucking journey, bro. And then Emily was like, halfway through, she's like, I just don't understand why you just won't get movers because they're like literally $300. I was like, you know, it's not a lot of money to do all this work. It's fucking $300.
$300 is like nothing, dude. When I had to move from Jersey, it was like $1,500 because
Oh,
they
maybe
threw it
it's
in a
more
truck.
expensive then.
No, it's not because you're moving across town. I had to drive like 2 hours in my shit. From Jersey. It's all the time. It's like per hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
that
I
would
just,
have been
I
a
just
good
will not,
move.
I will not do that again.
You know what's so
I
you're
will
all
not.
moved in though. You're all
Well,
got the
we still
furniture
got-
set up.
Furniture set up, boxes
good.
everywhere, trying to figure out logistically where all of our shit's going to go. Incredible how much shit girls have.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Or Joe.
No,
Yeah.
you don't understand what chicks have, dude.
I'm sure. Did you move everything? Did you leave anything behind? Throw
First of all,
anything
when
out?
me and Emily moved into our first apartment, I showed up with a suitcase and a lamp. No bullshit.
yeah, but
I showed
you
up
were-
with a suitcase and a lamp, and I was like, let's live together, honey.
You were.
And I moved her out of her apartment, dude. We rented a truck. Granted, the bed in our apartment was hers, and the couch in our apartment was hers. But we had to get a full moving truck, and there was a mountain of shit.
Yeah, but that's pretty.
She has
standard.
40 sweaters.
40.
40.
Where do you, that doesn't make
Not
any
even,
sense.
I'm talking, like, what if you want to wear a flannel? We got more of those.
Wait. I've seen your old apartment.
Where does
There
it
was
go?
where.
Let me tell you.
There was no
Let me
space.
tell you. Have you ever seen those
You had
bags?
like one draw in your.
I know. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen those bags that you like stuff all your clothes into? Then you get the vacuum, you suck all the air out, and it just.
Yeah.
You got those everywhere, man.
Wow, that's actually very smart. I might need some of those. That's pretty
They're
smart.
pretty sweet.
That's
And they like weirdly, like they look like they'd be the most wrinkled clothes ever when they come out, but they're weirdly not.
really.
Yeah, like they're kind of good to go.
Well, but like it gets all scrunchy in the plastic.
I guess
looks
there's
wrinkly.
like no, yeah. I guess there's just like I don't know.
If you fold them nice,
the way
I guess
it
they
looks,
just
you
stay
just be like,
folded
that's
nice.
been in a ball for months under a couch, and then you're just like, not that bad.
Wow,
Yeah,
learning things.
yeah. So we got a lot of those. That's where all the sweaters are.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Yeah,
that's smart.
but we got a lot of shit, and I was trying to throw stuff out. We're definitely gonna do more throwing out. I threw out some stuff. I'm like, you know, we lived there for 2 years, never used it. If you only use it twice, it's garbage.
Did you bring the dresser?
No, the dresser
repainted
stayed.
Yeah, that was a good dresser.
That was, but we also found it on the street.
Yeah, and repainted it though. It was all sexy.
Oh no, that one. That
what
one.
did you find on the street?
So we found a
Not that
new
one.
one. We had that one that Emily repainted. We actually brought outside and then gave it to our the guy who does our laundry. He took it for his sister.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
fun
You
connection.
did get a new one. Or
And then
found a new one.
We found a new one on the street. Emily found one. The girl was bringing this bigger, longer one. It was like literally perfect what she wanted. It was like a white, longer, skinnier one. Fucking this thing shows up on the street. Emily's walking by. The girl's dropping it off, and she was like, "Oh my god, are you throwing that out right now?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she's like, I literally just put it on the street. And Emily's like, "Can I take it?" And then
You
she was
always
like,
have
"Yeah."
to
And then she got
ask-
me, and then I took it
You always have to ask, why are you throwing it out, though? Is there
because she was moving,
Okay, good reason. There are bad reasons.
of course.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that stayed.
So
We
the
didn't-
apartment, you're excited to start a new chapter.
very excited, dude.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
How upset are you going to be when in like 2 months we go back on lockdown and you have to move again?
No, we're not going on.
Bro, I was just talking to Frankie. Who were we talking to? Who was I with yesterday?
I love that question though.
Thanks. Who was I with?
I'll
Fuck.
say this though. This new apartment doesn't have a balcony, but out one of the windows, you go out a window. I have my own private roof, like a private mini roof.
Ooh.
So if we do go into quarantine, I'm gonna be living on that
Oh,
shit.
furniture
We're gonna be living
city.
on it regardless. But I got some outdoor space right
You're
now.
going to hate
dude.
that roof. You're going to hate that roof
Outdoor
eventually.
space, baby.
No, I remember who I was talking to. Sabrina, I believe, one of her friends is a nurse. Oh, no, her sister. Her sister had a meeting in her hospital, and they were basically discussing an upcoming lockdown. And I'm pretty sure.
Good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sabrina can hear me. I think she's down there. But I'm pretty sure I like panicked a little bit, and I was just like, I don't know if I can hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. And I
Yeah,
like
that's
made her
where I'm
change the
at.
subject. But yeah, so I wasn't pumped to hear that. No, that will suck if that happens. I think I'm not going to comply. I'll be honest.
Cancel culture, baby. Yo, I'm not gonna go comply. Cancel culture.
Do it.
I honestly, I just every time you kind of have that lockdown fear. Like I don't ever think that we're gonna go in lockdown ever again.
That's what I said. That was
That's
my
where I'm at.
response as
That's
well.
where I'm at. And even you talking about, it, I'm like pish posh.
Right. I also saw a video in Australia today.
Yeah, it's crazy. What
I
they're doing
think
down
I sent
there.
it to you.
It is
some,
crazy.
Some
in
chick
Australia.
like drove slightly outside her 5 kilometer like limit. You're only allowed to go 5 kilometers from your house, and they stopped her and arrested her for an incitement for being more than 5 kilometers from her
Is
house. How do
incitement?
they know
Because
upon-
incitement of like a riot, you know, is like you're kind of being a bash bro and like fucking shit up. But is like incitement in Australia, like you drove outside of your zone situation? What's
Well,
that?
I was thinking, okay, that
Incitement
could be,
of what?
It could be a different definition. I was thinking maybe because if you go outside your 5K limit, then another person goes up their 5K limit, and then we're all outside our 5K limit, freaking out, like
Inciting?
going against the lockdown.
Incitement?
So, I guess that's
But
why it's called an
incitement like
incitement.
insinuates like you're trying to stir shit up.
Agreed. She was just like,
They're like,
Strolling.
agitator, get her!
right. Weird.
Agitator. No, that's British.
Well, I'm with you, though. I obviously
Rise of
hope
lies.
that.
Agitator. No,
Rise
I
up,
can't
lies.
figure it out.
Agitator? That's
There you
is
go.
Australian.
You're an agitator.
Agitator?
You're getting in for, what was it called?
Incitement.
Incitement. Yeah.
I'm going to just ask that we don't do this anymore. It feels like we're hamster wheeling at the accent.
What's hamster wheeling?
Staying in the same place and it sucks.
Sir,
Oh, shit.
you're good.
Oh. But yo,
We can't get into lockdown talk immediately, though.
no.
We gotta work our way
So
up to
I'm
it.
gonna pivot real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of cancel culture, which is the shirt I'm wearing right now. So this shirt I ordered when I was living in my old apartment in like April. And it got delivered to my old apartment, and my roommate happened to be picking something up, saw my package there, and was like, "Yo, I got your. It's from that brand Assholes Live Forever." So he's like, "Dude, I got your
Joe's their
stupid fucking
biggest
Yeah,
customer.
for sure, I am." He's like, "Dude, I got your stupid fucking shirt from the fucking thing." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." So but I haven't seen. He hasn't. I've seen him, but we haven't like. I haven't had a chance to get it. He lives in Queens now, so. Him and his girlfriend came over my apartment last week. I cooked them dinner. We had like a reunion. They brought their dog. We had the fucking best night. It was awesome. And they brought my package. I didn't open it while they were there though. So they leave. I open the package, and I knew this was the shirt I bought. Oh no, I did not know. So I was like, I remembered buying a shirt. Like, was it an
You don't even
alien?
know what you got.
I was like, I thought it was an alien sweatshirt. It wasn't. It was this one. Honestly, they're the only
I
two.
think it's an alien one, but I'm not 100% sure.
I have two staples on my brand.
That's
And
mad funny.
These are the two: aliens and fuck off. Pretty much it. So I opened it. I was pumped. I was like, oh hell yeah! But even before I opened the bag, I felt there was a little box in there, and I was like, I don't remember ordering something else. I wonder what it is. So the box had its own little packaging. I open the packaging, and it says penis enlargement pump. Now, I was pretty sure I didn't order a penis enlargement pump, but I
But you
wasn't-
also didn't know that you thought you were getting an alien sweatshirt.
right. I wasn't 100% sure I didn't order a penis enlargement pump. So I am like,
How?
first of all, I'm immediately like, thank God.
I don't even order the wrong sweatshirt, let alone accidentally order a fucking dick pump.
Agreed. Yeah, no, who would? So I'm immediately pumped that I
Dude.
didn't like tell
You gotta
Matt
get you
to
a
like.
babysitter.
I need a fucking a babysitter is right or a aide for real. So I'm immediately pumped that like I didn't let Matt open it because if my roommate Matt,
Oh, you wouldn't hear it.
I would
The
never-
fourth would have been freaking
I
out.
would never hear the
The
end.
fourth would have been popping off, dude.
Never would I hear the end of that ever. My wedding day, people would be giving speeches mentioning
Yeah.
the penis enlargement pump. To that, that's how bad it would have been. So that's the first thing I think of. I'm like, thank God. But still, I'm like, there's no fucking. Whoa, how hammered was I when I made these purchases? Like, what was I doing? Like, I really don't remember. So I'm
Sad with
fucking
your-
like,
sad with your little guy, apparently.
yeah. So I try to go to the website. I don't know why I didn't just open the box, but I try to go to the website, see what my order history was. I can't even find the order history. It was like months past. I was like, I gave up immediately. I was like, fuck it, I got to open this thing up. I wonder what a penis pump looks like. Like, shit. They gave me one. Also, this brand sometimes will like throw in random trinkets.
Throw me a freaking bone here.
Right. They'll throw like trinkets into like, because their brand is bananas. They'll just throw you
Trinkets,
random
he
funny
says.
shit. But trinkets. A dick pump is a trinket to some.
In 2021, yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be a brooch.
But anyway, so I opened the fucking box. It was not a penis pump. It was, and I did order this. It was these crazy shot glasses. Like they're shot glasses with like very obscene phrases on them. That because I don't have shot glasses. So we didn't have shot glasses in my old apartment. So I bought myself shot glasses. And but they put the packaging to fuck with you, which it worked. It worked. I literally was like, I don't remember. Like I literally was like, did I?
Real.
Yeah.
That's so hilarious.
Yeah. I have a picture of the box. I think. I definitely have a picture of the box.
They do it to fuck with you?
Yeah, they do it to like have a silly box. Like I think I ordered. They have all sorts of crazy shit, but I just didn't even think about
That's
it.
too good, dude.
Where's the fucking box?
Little side note.
Yeah.
You all picked up. Green cups.
Oh, are we having invisible cups?
Oh.
Wait. I don't have invisible cup.
You
Mine's
can
not-
really-
Oh, because my hand's in the way. Ah,
Cheers.
cheers. Speaking, dude, really quick little throwback, Frankie, from our childhood. The other night when I slept here, because I don't have a TV in my room, in my apartment. Mm-hmm. So whenever I sleep in a room with a TV. What a treat! Hollow Man was on, and I watched like a 2-hour terrible horror
You don't
movie.
have a TV in your room.
No,
I don't have a TV in my room either.
nope. Yeah,
I like it.
I like it too because I just sleep.
Yeah.
It's nice,
Dude, I got a queen bed for the first time in my life.
dude. Isn't it so much better?
Moving up in this world, you don't even know, dude. I didn't even really realize that my feet were off the bed. I like assumed because you don't think about it
Well, I'm pretty
on
sure
a full
a queen
bed.
and a full are the same length.
No, because your daddy's feet are in the bed, baby.
Did you look it up?
Why would it be the same?
They're just different in width until you get to a king. I'm pretty sure.
That would be funny if I thought my feet. No, because my feet are definitely doing better.
Maybe you just have a different pillow situation.
Check it out for me.
I'm doing it. Bed size.
Whatever. It's
Image.
honestly wider, and the
Here we
width
go.
is fantastic as well, dude. The width is so good.
Yeah, they're the same length. Placebo effect.
Maybe I can go on a diagonal more or something.
Maybe
I just
you're-
got more room.
you
Let's
got
just
more room, so you're going on diagonal. Maybe your abuelita shrinking. Maybe it starts early for Puerto Ricans.
I don't want that.
Hey, you have
Damn.
plenty of height to work with.
I guess so.
When I turn into Lil No, I'm gonna be 1 inch in 5 minutes.
No.
I'm gonna be a fucking ball of grease. I'm gonna be a meatball, literally, in 5 minutes. Gray ass meatball.
Yeah, the queen size bed is pretty legit though.
Yeah. Oh,
because then
so much better.
Jasmine's been sleeping in it, and
you
she
got
can-
room.
Yeah, we all got room.
You won't kill her.
It's dope, dude. She's been like running up. She was being so cute this
Good for
morning.
you,
Oh my
man.
god,
You're moving up.
I am moving up, dude.
That's good.
I'm moving up.
Yo, did you watch the Jake Paul fight? I know you definitely didn't, but I have to ask.
I didn't.
He
even know
won,
he
the
was fighting.
motherfucker. He won again.
We got some hate on our that Pete Davidson that made some new rounds. The one where we were like pumped that Pete Davidson's shit on Jake Paul at that last event.
We got hate on that?
Yeah, people.
Ooh.
We got actually hate and love. Some people would be like, "Yeah, fuck Jake Paul, like bully
course.
the bully, fuck Jake
Yeah.
Paul." Pete Davidson's the man, and then other people were just like, "Oh yeah," and then you guys talk about it and try and like gain fame off of it. You fucking losers. I was like, "All right, guy."
Well, if you're gonna say that, then if you talk about anything ever,
Right.
you can't do that. Then your
Someone
logic
said-
is terrible.
Someone said,
also,
"Stay mad."
yeah,
I feel like that was directed at you.
for sure. I hate him. I still do. I hate him more than ever.
What was he good? Was it a good fight? Because
I
I was
mean, if-
I was honestly saying that it was I thought it was a fake knockout when he fucking fought that like old.
It wasn't a fake knockout
That
for that
chubby
guy,
guy.
but that guy just was not ever gonna beat
Right.
anybody ever. He's not a boxer. Ben Askren. No, this guy, Tyron Woodley, better striker. He hit him hard a few times. The thing that pisses me off about Jake Paul, other than everything about him, the one other thing other than everything about him, is that after the fight, he was like talking shit about the guy he just fought. He's like, he hit me like what, one time? Like, of course I was gonna win that fight. Like I smoked him. Like they gave him, to one of the judges gave him the fight. Like that's bullshit. Like I was like, dude, you barely won. Like he barely won.
Dude, that's what That's the game, though.
Yeah, but it's
Dude,
like
Conor
hard to watch.
McGregor's leg snapped in half, and he was sitting on the ground saying, "Your wife is in me DMs, you fucking pussy." Like, that's the game, dude.
But he literally I think it was either the first or second round, maybe it was later. But Tyron Woodley like hit him hard with the right hand, like got him real good and knocked him down. The ropes held him up. So if like the ropes weren't there, he was ass on the floor.
Jake Paul?
Jake Paul. The ropes held him up, but his head was exposed. And instead of like punching, like pounding on his face, Tyron Woodley like backed up. Because like I guess like UFC
In
fighters,
boxing, you kind of
like
you got to wait to see if they.
Well, no, he was like down, so he should have just finished him. He would have been done. But like I feel like UFC fighters when they box, they're like restraining the urge to like jump on top of you and like grapple you and beat the shit out of you on the ground.
maybe.
You know what I'm saying? So he didn't finish him. So my point is like you're talking shit, but you should have lost in the third round. Like you should have been. He was like
I didn't watch
fucking
the fight.
knocked up. It's just it was a fun fight. The whole all the fights honestly were good. There were a lot of good fights.
Boxing is making quite the comeback.
Honestly, I'm pumped about that. That's the one thing I'm happy about the Pauls about is that
Yeah.
they're reviving boxing. It sucks that it took these two little cunts to do it, but really love boxing, so I'm pumped it's coming back for sure.
I feel like you like the older one.
no, I hate him too.
Oh, you do?
I hate him less.
Okay.
Logan,
Yeah.
hate him less,
Okay.
but I don't like either of them.
I bet
they're bad humans.
I bet you like them at some point in our lives.
I know I will. I hate myself. I'm such a flip floppy ass bitch. It really is true.
Dude. Someone also commented, and it's funny because I wanted to say it. Someone commented, talk about the Antifa versus Proud Boys.
Like paintball bats.
Yeah. Like I saw
that.
because we did that one time where I was like, yo, is Portland still just like
On fire.
on fire and there's just like riots every day? And then and then you get a news headline. I have that thought. I had that thought months
Dude,
ago.
I'm telling
And then
you
maybe
that-
like 2 weeks ago, I see this video of Antifa versus Proud Boys in Portland. Like it's going down. Antifa's defense mechanism is they all have black umbrellas and shield themselves like Sparta.
Yeah, I saw.
And they fight with umbrellas, and then the Proud Boys were like hitting them with like little paintballs. I was like, this is the fucking what are these people doing, dude?
It's like what's that shit called where you have the cardboard swords?
Yes, it's LARPing.
LARPing. They're
It's glorified LARPing.
It's LARPing, except if they could, they'd be murdering each other, but they kind of can't. But they would if
But
they
it
could.
also feels like it's so, and they're kind of like fuck you, and it's like the the fucking meme where it's like, fuck you, Ezekiel. That
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
What's your
yeah.
name? It's like, feels like that, where it's like they're kind of like fighting, but they're also like, this is so fun. I feel so alive.
Oh yeah, this is like their calling
yeah.
right now. This is it. This
feels
is their
like
World
a
Series.
real, you know, when people like role play the Civil War?
Yeah.
They're just doing that in like real time. Like they kind of enjoy. Antifa loves running from, you know, it's their rivalry, but like they kind of love them too. It's like
100%.
star-crossed lover situation.
Yeah.
And you know what they need to do? They need to fuck the fuck off and go back to work, because Portland needs to go back to just being like chicks with hairy armpits in the the bike capital of America.
100%. That's
Like
exactly
I don't
what
want
they
to
do.
see Antifa versus Proud Boys anymore. No one's on either of their sides.
Me
No
neither,
one's
bro.
like
It's like-
rah-rah Proud Boys. No one's rah-rah Antifa. Stop fighting each other and go work somewhere.
Exactly, dude. It's like the Quidditch team in fucking college. You ever walk by the quad and you see the kids playing Quidditch and they're like so into it, but you're like, you're fucking playing Quidditch, you nerd. It's
Listen.
like those guys.
That's too far.
What? Because you're a Harry Potter. You've read
Listen.
2 of the books and you're fucking. Every time, the other day, I'm like, yo.
Listen.
No, fuck
Don't
off.
you?
No, fuck you.
Do
No,
not
no.
compare
You're such a-
Quidditch to Antifa, because Quidditch is a real sport. Okay, Quidditch
a-
is a real sport,
It's a boys' game.
and girls can play too. It's co-ed.
You're right. All right.
It's actually a wizard's game. So really watch your fucking tongue, bitch.
The other day, I'm like, yo, I think I want to get back into reading. Like, I want to find a good book. And you said it in like a riddle. You were like, you know, I know a pretty good book. It's about a wizard. And I was like, you're so annoying. Like, you're back with the fucking Harry Potter shit. Can we get over it? You read 1.5 books. Get over yourself. Jesus.
They're electric.
Wait. Dude, and your comment. Dylan sent me the video of the Portland, the Antifa versus Proud Boys. I can't even say that sentence. It's
I
actually
want to
crazy.
get a T-shirt that says Antifa versus Proud Boys.
And it should be what? Like them face to face?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a good shirt.
Like it's like the Super Bowl, dude.
Like Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's face to face.
Yeah.
But Dylan sent me the video. He goes, the fucking guy in the wheelchair. And I'm
Oh my
like, wait,
God.
what? And I look and there's a guy in an electric scooter like backing up away from. He's like, oh,
He's like,
fuck you.
"Skirt!"
And he's like shooting.
There's like a
I'm
paintball. He's
it's fucking ridiculous.
like, that's unreal. That feels like afterwards, after like a certain amount of time, like a timer goes off, and then like they're like lunch, and then. And then they all just like take their shit off and like they all fucking like slap high fives.
You
and
think
they're
they
like,
eat at the same
dude, like
table?
when you go to
Like-
like laser tag and
Yeah.
you like go fucking ham and then you go have pizza and they find out who had the best score.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what it feels like when I'm watching these
Oh
videos.
my God, that's so fun. I do wonder, what was life like? Like, first of all, how did it start, that
Dude, because
battle?
Portland did have some shit where like remember the mayor and the people, the fucking military was going in and snatching people with
Yeah, dude,
bands.
I mean,
and shit.
America's burning in general.
Right.
So, yeah.
Portland
was the center stage of the burning.
It used to just be like, you know, all I heard with Portland was like, dude, everyone just rides bikes there. I'm like, sounds great.
It does sound great.
Sounds great.
Until one inconvenience happens
But
and the whole
Little
fucking
did I
world
know
shuts
that
down.
like bike lovers also are like politically, mentally fragile and just
Does that shock you? You're riding a cycle to work and you're shocked that they can't handle adversity?
dude, I ride a cycle to work.
Yeah, you're a bitch. You're the most fragile person in the room.
Nah, dude, I'm Michael Jordan, dude. Get the fuck out of here. I'm Michael Jordan.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, someone, I forget his name. I wish I could shout him out, but someone in our comments asked us to talk about it. And that actually was on my radar.
And we delivered that.
I was like,
Look
kind
at
of,
that.
yeah.
We listen. Apparently, we do anything you guys tell us
Please
to do.
tell your friends we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we have no we don't know what we're doing. We have no
we know.
plans. You tell us what to do. No, but that was I'm glad we talked about that.
You got something?
I just have one question
Yeah.
for you. Very quick thing. Did you listen to the Kanye album?
No, because my boy Ryan Hunt told me that he wants to have a listening party, and we're gonna like chill in his apartment with like
Kanye.
some mood lighting and like sit down and like vibe out and listen to the Kanye album start to finish. So
Wait, that's actually gonna happen?
I think so.
Don't do it.
Oh,
The album is utter trash.
hot take. Here we go.
I feel like utter trash is strong. It'll probably grow on me a little bit. The first song, well, not the first song is called Donda Chant, and it's just him saying Donda a bunch of times.
Right.
That's bad. But the first
Well,
real
that's the
song,
intro.
right? That's the intro. So I wanted to just be clear on first song. First song's called Jail. The good, very
Okay.
good. Sets the tone. You get very excited very quickly for the album. Immediate letdown.
Okay.
There's 3, maybe 4, maybe I'll give them 5 good songs. none are great, and 2 of the good songs are like a part 1 and 2 situation. So there's really only 3 good songs because there's like part 2. It was so disappointing. And the worst part about the album, it's edited. No curses. So none of Kanye's verses have swear words.
He's a man of God now.
Right. There are quite a few gospel-y tunes in there. And all his features, like the people he had rap, curse, and he bleeps them out. It's bananas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's bananas.
For
That wasn't
Jesus?
just you. You didn't just have the
No,
clean version.
no. I was talking to my cousin Nick, who's a big hip-hop culture guy. And I was like, we were just going back and forth on how bad the album was. And then
Now,
that
are
was
you
one of the
just a
things.
hater?
No, I
haven't
love
listened to it.
Kanye. I've been waiting
Did you
for this
like
album
the
for
other
months.
one?
I've loved just about everything he's made, except for I didn't like Jesus is King because
Is that his last one?
that was the last one. It was like a gospel album. Like, it was trash, utter trash.
You're not a God guy, man.
I mean, I'm not a
Joey.
gospel music in place of hip hop guy.
Right?
I'm a hip hop guy.
Right.
If I'm gonna listen to a Kanye album, I need to fucking be moving my ass.
Right.
I'm not moving my praise hands. That's not happening. I'm not getting on my knees and doing that whole
foreclap?
thing. Right. Right. Oh wait, wait, did we do that with Heavy Tribe?
Yeah.
You were doing the fucking. That was still to date one of the funniest moments.
Yeah.
I think that was what sparked me to start talking during that interview.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Fuck, dude. I still think part of my brain hasn't recovered from how high I was that day.
I believe it.
I swear.
That was, you weren't able to speak. Yeah, I didn't listen to the Kanye thing because I'm supposed to do a listening party. And and if you're like, honestly, I was like, should I listen to it beforehand? I was like, honestly, I didn't listen to, I stopped listening to Kanye kind of at graduation.
So like his first album?
Yeah, like Flashing Lights, banger. Homecoming
Right.
was my ringtone,
Forever.
right? Good Life, slap.
Great.
Like there, and then along the way there was like a bunch of other ones, but like in terms of, and I know
There's-
Kanye's made more music. I just
Yeah.
haven't been into it.
You haven't been yes you have. My Dark Twisted Fantasy, you were into for sure. All the Lights. Come on.
Yeah, that's
All
pretty
of
good.
the lights, sir.
But I don't know. It was too. I liked that other album the best.
Graduation.
All of the Lights. I was like,
Life of Pablo.
I'm not saying
Black
this-
Skinhead, phenomenal track.
I know.
You're talking crazy, but that's cool.
Well, I'm saying, yeah. I'm
But
saying
this-
I don't really know Kanye that well.
Right, I hear
really
you.
don't. It's not because I don't like him. It's just I don't. I
Right.
just stopped listening then. I don't
He
know why.
the album's also like 30 songs, so good luck, dude. You're gonna
Oh,
be there
really?
forever. Yeah.
The thing about Kanye for me, dude, is like I got nothing against him. But his vibe is. I don't understand the hype around Kanye. I never did.
The hype around Kanye, I
never really
enjoy the
got
hype
it. Like
around Kanye.
I'm gonna go buy some Yeezys. Like I'm never a guy who's buying $900 sneakers. So
Well,
for
you're not
those
in the
reasons,
culture, though.
exactly.
Right. I wouldn't
So
buy
that's
those
why I don't listen to
sneakers
his
either.
music.
Right. Okay.
Like I won't buy your sneakers. I won't buy your album. I'm just like an old man. You know, like that's such a Dylan old man thing. But
It's not even a Dylan old man. Yeah, it is a Dylan old man.
like
thing.
I'm just like I won't buy your shoes. No, I won't buy your CDs either.
But in your defense, you don't really buy much.
Sure. And
it's
music is free.
Right. Music is free, and you just don't listen to that. That's the one thing.
Because
you don't
that
do.
whole like culture where like it's genius, it's fucking Kanye, it's fucking genius.
Just he is.
like
a
I'm just
genius.
like, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm like,
that's
nah.
that's the allure of Kanye. It's like he's so volatile. Like he'll go on this crazy rant, but then you're always in the back of your head, you're like, it's okay. It's okay. He's gonna come out with a fire album this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, he said some crazy shit. Oh, he punched a cameraman. Yeah, but he's probably really stressed about that sick ass album. You know what I mean? It's always that like he's
Remember when he was
crazy,
running for
but he's also
president?
smart. Yeah. And remember when he was talking about how like he was afraid he gave Kim K AIDS or some shit? And he was crying about like
that
he
on
wanted to
Ellen?
abort his daughter.
Oh right.
No, it was
that
in
was
that.
his
It was in
rally.
his rally. It was like 47 people showed up,
Right.
and everybody started booing him. And then
Him and they got divorced, right?
for sure, yeah, he's dating like the hottest model ever. Just saying.
I wonder what their conversations are like. Can't be a deep relationship.
I mean,
I feel like it's impossible to get deep with Kanye.
I feel like
He's
too
got to
deep.
have a lot of.
I feel like he's too deep.
Oh, okay.
He's only raw emotion.
Right.
If
right,
you think
right,
about it,
Right. Yeah.
which would prevent you from getting connected to him, but he is connected.
Well, he just
You know?
seems so volatile.
Right. He does. He's,
He's
obviously
unstable.
volatile.
He's unstable.
Well, yeah, he's bipolar. He's
Right.
diagnosed bipolar.
Genius. He's.
I mean,
No doubt.
most geniuses, artistic geniuses, are absolutely insane. I mean, I would argue all artistic geniuses are
Mozart?
pretty crazy. Yeah, I think he was probably.
So
Who knows?
To say?
No, but
you were about to say Mozart
I
is
bet you
crazy.
he was fucking hosed.
Powdered wig ass.
Yeah, dude. He was deaf, right? Was that Mozart? Or no, it was Beethoven.
Beethoven was deaf?
Yes.
Talking about Stevie Wonder and he was blind.
No, Beethoven was deaf.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
Wow, yeah, Beethoven was deaf. He would feel the vibration, and that's how he...
Epic.
Crazy. Isn't that crazy? We have all our senses, and we're pretty good at some stuff. He was the best ever
Well,
at
he's a
music.
savant, dude. That's what savants are.
Yeah, okay. But you don't know shit. You don't know that he was a savant. Doesn't a savant imply that you're on
Dude,
the
if you
spectrum in
can't
every other
hear
way?
and you're the best piano player of all time, you're a savant.
Yeah, but doesn't savant imply that you're bad at, like, you're dumb in every other aspect of, like, life?
I don't know what he talks
He
about.
was probably
otherwise.
normal in other stuff other than not being able to hear. I'm pretty sure he was a womanizer, too, Beethoven.
Get the... You
Dude,
don't
he
know
was,
that.
Dude, he was the
Joey
Kanye West.
Stoddle.
Bro,
Get
he
the
was,
fuck outta here.
Ray Charles was a womanizer.
Well, you're talking...
Ray Charles used to
is
shake people's hands, and if your fingers were fat, he would say, "Fuck off, fatty." Basically, that was a thing Ray Charles would do.
How
He
about
would shake
Beethoven?
women's
What do you
hands.
got for them?
I'm about to look that shit up. Beethoven. Oh, I spelt that shit right on the first try.
Pimp.
How do you spell Beethoven? Go.
B-E-T...
Wrong. B-E-E-T. Womanizer. Womanizer. You're a womanizer. The many women in Beethoven's life. DW.com. This is just electric. Oh my God. Composer Ludwig van Beethoven didn't pour all his passion into music, as proven by the many loves in his life. The most important woman, however, may forever remain a mystery. So he banged a lot of chicks. Good for him. He was short with a crude-shaped head. That's the first description of him. That's gross. Anyway. He was a decrepit little perv.
Oh, shit.
I ad-libbed that last part. That was not in the...
Oh, shit.
Right, okay.
So, what was I about to say?
I don't know, bro.
Oh. So I got carded for the vaccine at a bar.
Ooh.
And my first reaction was, really? The guy was like, yeah, you got it. And I was like, okay. And we all had to take our cards out and show them to the guy. And they were like, you're allowed to stay now. They didn't say that.
There's some places in New York that are, I don't know if you would call it boycotting, but they're like writing on their little board in the street. They're like, I don't give a fuck if you have your vaccine card, basically. They're
Gotcha.
like, we're welcome all. I think it probably was mostly in, like, I think it was like Uptown where I saw it, like
Yeah.
96th Street or something like
We
that.
had a one of the friends that we went out with that day. She told us, because we all got our Vax card to check, and she told us a story that on that Saturday night, she went out to like some club or a bar or some shit, like going out. At the like you had to show your ID card and your Vax card to the bouncer. Like you had to do it. The girl's phone was dead. She's also a nurse. The girl's phone was dead. She's vaccinated. And she was like, "What's up? Like, I'm a nurse. My phone is dead. I'm 100% vaccinated. And he was just like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't do anything about it. Can't let you in."
You certainly can.
So all the girls had to go into the club. She had to wait outside. They had to charge her phone, wait for her. Like they went behind the bar, found the charger, charged her phone.
Oh, my God.
Waited for the phone to turn back on, came back outside and showed the vax to let her in.
Unreal.
Unreal, dude.
Also, the commitment to getting into that club, dope.
Yeah, for sure.
But fuck that.
you gotta go Project X after that.
But also, for real, you're in New York City, you gotta know what's going on. I don't agree with what's going on, but you live in New York City, you gotta know, you gotta have that card on you.
well, it's pretty hit or miss, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I can
there a
go
lot of places
into
that-
a lunch shop and like in my
Yeah.
town, like
what's
near.
it like at like a Gristedes, like a grocery store? Like,
I
are they
can go in
carding
without
you?
I can go in without my mask. Still.
You have to wear masks
But
in
I would-
other places?
Most people are pretty. New York City's pretty masked back up again. I've noticed.
But like, are places requiring you to wear a mask?
some place, like I went into a place today where it was like on the door. It was like, we request everyone wears a mask in this business. So I was like, fucking A. And I opened the door and everyone in the deli was wearing a mask. I was like, I'll put my mask on.
You know,
But
I was
like a Dwayne Reed, a CVS, a supermarket, like these bigger places that are like corporate, I guess. Like most of them are not requiring masks.
interesting. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast. He had a evolutionary biologist on, and then this other guy who is a respiratory ICU doctor, and we're going to talk about that later. But one of the things I didn't know about COVID, remember in the beginning they were talking about like droplets. So apparently it's actually now they figured out it's genuinely airborne. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know that until I never heard somebody actually explain it that way. So like the way they were explaining it was like masks work for like brief. If you're in a store or something for like a second, it'll work. But he was basically saying if you're in a room or a house or something and the door's not open and the windows aren't open, like it's literally a matter of time before it's just a super spreader situation. So it's basically like any indoor facility, period, whether you're wearing a mask or not, eventually you're going to be exposed to the virus, which I just never thought about.
Well, if you're wearing a mask,
way.
I feel like it would protect you.
Not really. It doesn't protect you against like air particles. It would protect you against like droplets. So still, like it will protect you more, but it's still, I mean, it's not 100%. It'll protect you more for sure, I'm sure. They weren't to just to backtrack, they weren't necessarily talking about masks. They were talking more about just the shit.
Right,
like,
spreading more
like
inside.
basically saying,
I feel like that we knew that.
Like what restaurants, basically
Outside,
saying
it's
like
like
you go to a restaurant, you wear your mask until you sit down. Okay, but now you're sitting down eating. It's still, what are we doing? It makes no sense.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, I'm with you now.
Like his argument was
masks
basically
definitely
like,
do. Like if I wore an N95 inside of a place, I would not get COVID.
I mean, you would have a less likely chance of getting COVID. You still could get COVID. It's probably not 100%, I would argue,
It's
right?
pretty good.
Do
N95.
you want to look up some?
Hell no.
Okay, yeah, let's just go with
Surgical mask that's like half on. Like the way that most people wear a mask, it wouldn't really do much. I'll
Right,
agree
and
with you
most
there.
people-
But the same masks don't do nothing. That's
When was the last? I mean, your job's different. I haven't seen an N95 mask
we have
in like
N95
2
before.
years.
I had to
Yeah.
wear one this week.
Right. Well, your job.
Slapped
right.
one on my
When
face
I
today.
see a mask in a store, it's a fucking cloth or a surgical mask. You
That's
know
what I'm saying, dude. I would even say double mask energy is back in New York. Like I saw people calming down on the double mask energy, opening up their faces a little bit more. Like everyone kind of calmed down a little bit, and I would say absolutely, it's jacked up again.
That's interesting because what would you say is the percentage New York City is vaccinated? It has to be in the upper 70s.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. That's my point. So doesn't that show?
But
I guess that's
those
showing
people
that
are
people
still like, I really don't. Like, that's the thing I've realized where you talking to these people, like, people really want to prevent themselves from getting COVID. Like, they do not want to get COVID, so much so that I'll wear a mask everywhere I go. I don't give a fuck. I don't want COVID. Like, that's where some people are at.
So, but my point is, that's also why people jumped on getting vaccinated like really quickly because they're like, I don't want to get COVID. Obviously, we found out you can get it anyway.
Right.
But that would show pretty much somewhat of a lack of confidence in the potency of the vaccine. would
Of
it not?
course.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
So that's pretty interesting to me.
People are getting COVID that got vaccinated. That's just,
Yeah, because it doesn't protect against the new variants, right?
That's
That's a
bona fide
big
facts.
problem. Right. That's been a big problem.
But yeah, like Broadway's supposed to open, and Broadway, I'm pretty sure you have to
let's
be
just
vaccinated.
sing into a crowd of people. That
Well,
shouldn't, that
your,
should be fine.
your inside situation, like that you were just saying, where it was like if you go inside, blah blah blah, like with masks, like Broadway probably. I wonder if like Broadway is going to try and open again. It's going to be. We had Madison Square Garden open for the Knicks game. Everyone was fucking in there. Nobody had masks on. Everyone was fucking hammered drunk.
Right.
There was no big spike afterwards on that one.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
You mean this? The playoffs.
Islanders, bro,
Right.
were
The
fucking sold
yeah.
out, and that wasn't shit.
Right.
It's just, it's fucking
I think
crazy, bro.
It seems
I can't
to
believe
me,
we're still here.
Well, it seems to me, the what has gone on is we pretty much were good. We were good. We were good. Everybody got COVID, and the people who didn't, or whatever, people either had COVID or got vaccinated, and we were chilling. Then the whole Delta variant came in. People who were vaccinated were getting COVID. People who weren't vaccinated were getting COVID again, and we're back. That's what it is. I mean, it's the new variant. That's really just what it is. And now, you know what's sick? Your boy has sick defense against the fucking variant.
Defense against the dark
You want them
arts.
fucking bodies? You want them antibodies up in that ass? You ain't
It's
getting
true.
them. Sorry, bub.
It's true, dude.
Sucks to be you.
I got
Have fun getting 5 jabs. It's gonna suck,
I really don't want a booster, dude.
dude.
It's hard for me to. It's really hard for me to be like every 5 months I'm just gonna keep fucking going and going and going with this thing.
So
Like I really don't. I just trust the science. I'm like,
Don't be a fucking sheep, Dylan.
So I have something I want to talk about. in regards to the multiple jabs. Actually, first I want to just bring up something kind of hilarious about the multiple jabs. My uncle sent me like I've never gotten a DM from my uncle ever, and he's been out there sometimes. He's fucking wild. And he sent me an Alex Jones video on Instagram out of nowhere. I was like driving to work or something. And I'm sure Frankie got the same one. And it was Alex Jones saying, like, yep, you need, like, there was some study or some person who said you're probably going to need 4 to 5 jabs or up to, I think it was 5 jabs, whatever. It was like a big number. It was like a shocking number. It was like 5 jabs or whatever in order for the thing to be fully effective. And he was like, I told you it's not a vaccine. It's gene therapy. It's gene therapy. See, they're just going to keep getting you in there for the fucking medicine. Keep getting you in there. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, that would work. But no, that was just a joke. But what I do want to talk about the about the fucking follow the science shit is, so on that podcast that I referenced, the Joe Rogan one, it was Dr. Brett Weinstein and Pierre Corey. Pierre Corey is the guy that came public with all the ivermectin studies showing all the evidence that points that it's like 90% prevents death or some shit. Like, it was in the 90s. It was like something crazy like that. So the guy Brett Weinstein is friends with one of the inventors of the RNA vaccine technology. His name's Robert Malone, I believe, or Brian Malone. Robert Malone. He's been like coming public recently with like skepticism on the vaccine because they're like not all the transparency.
This is not the Pfizer guy.
No, different guy. This is one of the actual inventors of the technology, and he's, just to clarify that, he's been coming on, like, he was on, I think he was on Fox. He was on some interviews on. He's been going public recently with his skepticism on the vaccine, basically just saying they're not showing us enough information for people to decide whether they're going to take it, and that's concerning that they're not showing the information. That was really all he's been saying. But he's friends with the guy, Brett Weinstein, who was on the podcast, and he said he was speaking to him like months prior, talking to him about ivermectin, saying, because Brett Weinstein said that he was doing some studies and research, and by his calculation, he thinks that the use of ivermectin as a prophylactic, so preventing the virus, the use of that could eradicate the virus off the face of the earth if it's implemented across the globe, just based off the information that he
So ivermectin
conducted.
vaccines.
No, it's like you take it once a week. I guess it would sort of be like
Everyone.
a vaccine.
It's the same thing in reverse.
It would basically, right. It's what they're basically the purpose of the vaccine would be to eradicate the virus. That's what it's basically. He calculated
He says
it
that
would do.
ivermectin would do it.
Right, and it has also, by the way, shown effectiveness against the Delta variant, which is obviously important. So, he told that Robert Malone, that the inventor of the RNA vaccine, he said, "Nah, He's like, I hear what you're saying. He's like, I don't agree with you. I don't think it would work like that. I disagree." Months later, happened to be the day before Brett Weinstein went on the Rogan podcast, he left him a voicemail and said, or called him or some shit, and was just like, dude, you were fucking right. I just crunched the numbers. Check your email. I just sent you a graph. And said, I don't obviously have the graph on me, but he showed like his research.
And I got this graph in my pocket, dude. It's
Right.
going to blow your mind.
It's crazy. You got to see this shit. And he confirmed, based off his own research, he also thinks the use of ivermectin would, in fact, kill the virus off the face of the earth.
Really?
If implemented. Yes.
I would love to see
And that's
that.
the inventor, one of the inventors of the RNA vaccine technology, which I feel is a pretty
I would love to.
Interesting guy.
Frankie, can you try and find that, maybe?
Find what, the chart?
Yeah, that's
I
interesting.
could find
Not
it.
the chart, but just like that guy saying that.
He didn't say it. Oh, I could find Brett Weinstein saying it.
Yeah, but like no one reported on that, I guess, because it's not part of the news.
I don't know if they've reported on it.
Like no one was just like,
There's
let's
no way a
talk
news
about.
outlet would put that out there.
Well, that's
maybe
fucked up.
Tucker Carlson. But I saw his interview with Tucker, and that didn't
doesn't
come up.
feel that fringe though. Like,
It's
I'm
not
just like, hey,
fringe.
that's an interesting development. Of course, maybe as we started this worldwide pandemic, there'd be a couple better options along the way.
Bro, it's a fucking
God
money thing. It's insane how much of a money thing it is. It's such a money thing. It actually scares the fucking hell out of me. I'm not even like, I'm being dramatic, but I'm dead serious. It's fucking insane. You have a vaccine that's getting pushed out that is an experimental vaccine. I'm not even talking about the dangers of the vaccine. Say it's 100% safe. Fine. It could be. That's great. But there's very good research and data showing that something that's super cheap to produce and sell can literally save the fucking world right now and eradicate COVID off the face of the earth, which according to these guys who are much smarter than me, we have a very limited window before COVID's around forever. So there's that. The vaccine isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing in the way of, the
way it
fucking,
was originally advertised.
the way it was advertised, and the fucking.
When I got the jab in my arm, I was saying I'm never gonna get COVID forever.
right,
Not true.
Right, not true, and it's not effective against the new variants. And there's going to be a bunch of those if we don't get rid of this shit quick. So you have a fucking unpatentable, like the patent on ivermectin's done, so nobody can make money off of it. So you have, literally the government gave $3 billion to the pharmaceutical industry to quote unquote look for other medicines that we already have in existence that would cure COVID or help with the therapy. And none of them are non-patented. They're all patented
They're old
medications.
They're old drugs.
One of them is like a $1,300 a dose drug. And then you have this, which would be like $1 a pill to make. And they're just not putting out the data on it. The WHO, the fucking CDC, both of them are like refusing to acknowledge the benefits. And like they're putting up data, but they're not putting up the important data. Like they're putting up data like that is irrelevant.
Yeah,
They're
like I
putting-
would definitely say that every time we bring up these drugs, I'm always like, fuck, I kind of forgot to like look into this because like in my where I kind of wind up getting information always has some sort of like liberal skew, and no one's talking about that.
Right.
Or when people are saying that, they're like, well, if they like one don't believe it. They're like, oh, those are crazy. It's like, is ivermectin not the one where it's like the animal drug where?
Well, there's an animal. Yeah, there is.
Because
an animal,
in my corner, if ivermectin's the one where it's like, it's like the one where it's like for animals and no,
it's not for
and
animals.
people have been
There
taking it.
isn't-
They've been getting like toxic problems.
There's
because
an
they're
animal, there's an animal version. People have been, because doctors won't prescribe, you need to get a prescription. So because doctors won't prescribe it, they're like buying it for their fucking dog and taking it at the wrong dosage and getting like super sick. But the actual side effects
That's
of
so
ivermectin,
stupid.
it's really stupid. But the actual side effects of ivermectin are like nausea and like upset stomach, which go away the second you stop the drug. There's no death. It's like, I think they said it's of like all modern medicines, it's rated like top tier safe. One of those safe, by far safer than an experimental vaccine that we don't know what's going to do. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we know it's not going to prevent COVID.
right. So exactly, and that's my point. So it's insane that like pretty black and white, our government, big pharma, this whole situation is capitalizing on this situation as opposed to fixing it, which is insanely within their power to do. Like, it's a very fixable situation. And there's even smear campaigns on ivermectin.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
and
like
there's
I
the-
get those.
Meanwhile,
I
they
get
won't-
I get the smear campaign.
Right, you get the smear campaign, but they won't publish the 60 fucking blind studies that showed all of the people fucking surviving and not getting COVID because of the goddamn drug. Like they're gonna, and then they'll say like, oh well, the studies weren't double blind. They were like, they were varying doses or whatever. Okay, but 58 out of 60 of those studies where people were taking the drug, nobody died and everybody improved, and it was the results were incredibly positive. So like you can say the data was like, okay, but like it wasn't. And is Mama Dukes? Mm-hmm. What'd she say? What's up, Eva?
I don't. She said, I think all the grumpiest should drink it by the gallon.
The grumpiest? You just call me grumpy? Woman?
What has she got now? She said grumpiest again.
So you want to drink it, you grumpy ass? You'd be grumpy as hell, Eva.
She's a vaccine gal,
Good for her. That's great.
Well, what's up? Can we get something about ivermectin up so we could just talk about it even at some point? Because, like, let's look at it a little bit.
I'll look
For real. Because I really, in my corner, I'm very much like ivermectin is an animal drug. That's where I'm at.
You have to think of it this way. And obviously I'm relaying information, but the people I'm taking information from are an ICU doctor, respiratory specialist who has been doing like countless research on the drug. That's Pierre Corey, and Brett Weinstein. What's up, sir? What's up, everybody? And Brett, what are you doing?
What's up?
Is it recording? Are we fucked? And Brett Weinstein, who's an evolutionary biologist. So the whole reason that that Joe Rogan did this podcast with these guys was because Brett Weinstein has a podcast where him and his wife do their own research, and this was one of the things they were now researching. They were like, and very often they'll go back and they'll correct things and they'll keep adding. It's like live. You're watching a scientific process like live. That's their whole podcast. And they obviously have a YouTube channel. It's where they make the majority of their money, and YouTube's demonetizing them and is ripping their videos off anytime they bring up ivermectin. So they have 2 strikes out of 3. So instead of going back on their YouTube channel, they like did the Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was like, our emergency podcast. Like, come on, and we'll relay this information. So like you have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all these companies which are very important to our communication, using what has been accepted as like fact, which is the CDC and the WHO's, depending on which website you're talking about, the CDC or the WHO's guidelines. But the CDC and the WHO are extremely influenced by all this shit.
Right.
They're extremely influenced.
Yeah, I saw that.
Got it right here.
There we go.
Good old Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah, right. So I'm going to look up...
It's a medication that is used to treat parasitic infections in humans. This includes head lice, scabies, river blindness. Don't know what that is. Yeah, can't.
Strongyloiditis.
A lot of things.
Dude, apparently, like, river blindness... Do you know what river blindness is? Like, it was this...
Is that what Bird Box was?
Kinda, sorta. Fucking, there's like this place in Africa where the males, by like age 28 or 30, were just going blind. Like, blind by 30. Could you imagine?
Because they were going in the river?
I think it was, I don't know. It was like a parasite that was in the area. I don't know
You're
exactly
probably going
how
like
they
a
were
lake,
getting.
and then you take a piss, and it goes up your penis
Right.
hole, and then it gets to your eyes. You're
Right, they
blind.
were probably like bathing
and
in
then
the river
ivermectin
or
will
something.
save your fucking life.
Right. And then, yeah, ivermectin cured it like overnight. So, wait. So, apparently, according to the research of this gentleman, Pierre Corey, they were trying to figure out if it was effective against the Delta variant. And remember, like, when India was, like, burning?
Yeah.
They were, like, literally burning bodies and shit. Like, it was so
Yeah,
bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Not all of the states in India, but one of the states which had, like, mad people, like 100 million, I want to say. It was like a couple 100 million people in the state used it and like plummeted the COVID numbers. Plummeted.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they are that leads them to believe that it's effective against the Delta variant. And my point is, even if...
I found one of the peer-reviewed journals, by the way.
There you go. Even if ivermectin... even if say it doesn't cure COVID, say it only maybe works as a prophylactic, or say it shows some signs that it works as a prophylactic, but we don't know because there hasn't been the double-blind study, which is extremely expensive to put together. Okay, put it together.
Right.
Give it to people anyway because it's safe and could potentially, like, if there's
Like
only
if
upside.
we were gonna jab them with the vaccine in
Right.
January, just fucking fuck it. Here we go.
Right.
Operation Warp Speed going in your veins, baby. Here we go.
I'll show you fucking warp speed. Like, if there's only upside, why wouldn't you try it?
Yo, this one's
And wait, sorry, Frankie, to cut you off. The last thing I just want to add, they're currently developing, I forget which pharmaceutical company it was. It might be like all the fucking ones. But they're trying to develop basically a patentable, like a drug that does exactly what ivermectin does, just a different drug, so that they could patent it. So what do we, like, it terrifies me that, like, because of that bullshit, we might have to deal with this shit forever. And it's fucking insane to me.
Well, dude, I was honestly thinking about this the other day, just from like a logistics business perspective, how much COVID business has been drummed up. Like how much, like COVID is, I'm trying to start a business literally regarding COVID.
Right.
I'm trying to help people, not brainwash them, and turn them into zombies. But like Big Pharma, they've already put so much money into it. They've already, like Emily always says, she works for a cancer hospital, right? And the mission of the hospital, like they do a ton of, like MSK is like the best hospital for treating cancer, but it's also like the #1 hospital of like cancer research. Like they do great stuff. And their mission is to like find the cure for cancer.
Yeah, bullshit.
That's their mission. But like it's
bull fucking shit.
if you find the cure for cancer, then
No more
jobs.
jobs.
There's no more jobs.
Right, no more funding. I was just listening to another Joe Rogan podcast they were talking about like the homeless problem in LA, which is insane. Like if you know what Skid Row is, it's like 4 square miles of just homeless people in tents, like fucking doing heroin and murdering people. Like, it's insane over there.
Antifa versus Proud Boy should try and take the act over there.
Right.
That's how you know you're bad.
Go slay. If you want to kill somebody, go take it out over there.
Y'all
That's
drinking iced coffees afterwards and having cupcakes.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't probably recommend people murder the homeless. I'm sure they.
I missed that joke.
You know, I didn't
that
mean
what you
it.
said?
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. But anyway, and it was Elisa Scherzinger, and she was talking about they apparently on one of the recent Rogan episodes they disclosed the she good.
You're cut off, Mom.
They disclosed the salaries for the employees that work for, like, there's I don't know if it's a task force or like a program where they're trying to eradicate the homeless problem. The salaries for those people are like 200. Every single person is 6 figures.
Yeah.
So why would the people tasked with solving a problem solve the problem if they're getting paid $500,000 a year?
You got to find a new
solve
job.
the problem. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the cancer shit is bullshit.
I mean, I do. There's people trying to find the cure for cancer, but Emily,
I'm sure, but they're
Emily
fucking
doesn't-
not telling anybody about it because
Emily
what's
doesn't
his
No, the
face?
speak of it
government's just seizing
for the
all their
record.
fucking research when they find it.
Emily
Right.
doesn't speak of it as like it's more just like that's an interesting situation. But yeah.
Right. I mean, listen, a hospital might be a little bit different of a situation.
You know
but
what I mean? Like I don't think all the people in the lab are like not trying to do their job.
Right. The people probably. Well, who is the guy? There's a pretty famous story about a scientist. I forget if it was AIDS or if it was cancer. It had to be cancer. But there was a guy who supposedly had like the cure to, we'll just say, some illness. And he was like one of the, I want to say it was like a Clinton fucking body count guy. Like, I feel like that was one of the guys. I feel like it's one of those guys. Like,
Sure.
one of those it was in my conspiracy web days where I stumbled upon that thing. But there are stories, folklore, if you will, of things like that happening. But that's not crazy, man. That's not that crazy
Yeah.
at all. And the thing with the COVID stuff, it's like so in your face and obvious that it makes no sense.
Right.
Like it's only upside for trying a drug like that. And the schmear campaigns on like the hydroxychloroquine thing, same shit. The CDC came out and confirmed that it was showing some positive results.
Right.
So like nothing adds up. Nothing makes any sense. Everything seems to point in the direction of you're like the people who say like follow the science. Okay, you follow the science then, because like you're just dismissing a lot of science and like following like the science narrative that's like being pushed by non-scientific bodies. Like the CDC and the WHO are not scientific bodies. Like they're politically driven organizations. Scientific bodies would be people doing independent research. And by the way, removing people off of YouTube for showing their research every step of the way is not how to fucking solve a problem. It's exactly the opposite. It's literally exact. Like, could you ask for
So
any
that's
more?
where Joe's at on the
Like,
matter.
I'm sorry, but like I just been so triggered the last fucking week after watching that shit because it's insane to me. And it makes me mad because daily, every time I get asked if I'm vaccinated, I have to explain myself why I'm not. And it really doesn't have to do with the vaccine being unsafe. It's more or less like a protest against the government being a bunch of fucking scumbags is really what it is.
My God.
It's like fuck the man. Fuck the man. Fuck like it's insane.
Chill, bro. You're going to get us taken down on
Good.
YouTube.
Good.
That's why we only get 40 views on it.
We probably will get taken down because I fucking brought up Brett Weinstein and his smart ass. I bet you we will. Good.
Yeah.
It's insane. And you
Well,
know,
I was thinking of it, dude, I'm pretty sure, by CNN logic, vaccine mandates are racist, dude. Did you know that?
I saw something about
Dude,
that. It was
vaccine
like
mandates are racist, dude, because of the black population in New York City. Like black men, only like 30%. I think less than 30% of black men have got it. Now 70% of men, they can't go to restaurants, they can't go to bars.
right. So now it's like whites only. Is
Why
that
are
what
you-
New York is doing
what
now?
is that?
What
We
the
only
hell?
want liberal white ladies at the restaurants? Is that what's going down?
Oh my god, those restaurants sound noisy. They sound so noisy.
I don't know why. I really don't know why. I honestly don't know why.
Don't know
My
what?
mom, me and my mom were talking about it yesterday.
Don't
and
know
she was
why.
Like, she was like, when a like a political. Remember when we were like, we're not gonna talk about politics anymore.
Lol.
When a political like a person, a political figure makes a policy, you have to question what is the motive for that policy.
Right.
So like New York City, De Blasio mandating that you to go inside of a restaurant. Oh my God, dude! I'll finish this thought. Mandating that you have to get vaccinated to go inside the establishment. Like, why would he do that? First thing that pops in your answer is, well, we're trying to stop the spread of COVID,
Right.
And that's the way to do it. So to go inside where it's inside, you said it yourself. When you're inside, it fucking spreads. So you better have the vaccine. And if you don't, you can't go inside. But now we know these breakthrough cases are coming through. I'm pretty sure the Pfizer thing went down to 50%.
Awesome.
So it just makes you question it there. To go another further in defense of it, it's like, okay, the question that we asked a couple weeks ago, can New York City be New York City if COVID's like spreading where people...
And it can't.
I can't. So,
No, it can't.
the vaccine does give you some defense, so it's got to be there.
Right. It does definitely give you some defense. It definitely does. 100%. It totally does. But that's fine. Like, while I don't agree with a mandate, I understand what, like, that motivation on the city level would be. But if you just take a 30,000-foot view and step back, like, that vaccine mandate encouragement isn't coming directly from, like, de Blasio. It's coming from, like, a narrative that's already been built. Whether the people, like a de Blasio, like the mayor, whether the guy who decides there should be a vaccine mandate in my city knows it or not, it's not, like, it's this narrative that's been created that's basically saying the only way we can stop this virus is by you getting vaccinated. It's not by any other medicine. It's not by this. It's not by that. This is the only way. Well, that's how I view the problem with the mandate. Like, my point is, I think de Blasio is an idiot, but I don't necessarily think he's, like, in the pocket of big pharma and is, like, trying to benefit off of this at all. It's just like, there has been a narrative that's been set. The people who set that narrative should be in hell rotting, but the people underneath don't necessarily know that they're, like, following some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, fucking de Blasio is not a scientist.
Right.
Like, he don't know who to believe. I mean, he's an idiot, but, like, he don't know who to, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
And
it's hard for me to believe, though, that it's like, well, it's not that really he wants to spread COVID. It's actually because he's just following the narrative.
Well, he's following the narrative that's
'cause-
telling him how to stop the spread of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to stop the spread of COVID, I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure he doesn't want to spread it more. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the people who are telling him this is the way you do it are refusing to acknowledge a bunch of other information that's pretty fucking important.
Right.
And they're doing it for very selfish reasons, which is, oh my God, you almost just choked yourself. I was about to make a really dark Afghanistan joke. You know where I was going. But, so you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying.
just...
And it's just...
yeah, it's that you can't even have a conversation with the ivermectin stuff or the other options.
Can't.
Or...
You can't. Like, people call you literally crazy. And meanwhile, like, I actually listened to somebody talk about some pretty serious research. So, like, I'm honestly way more,
I feel like
read up on this than you are. So fuck off.
Every time I see you, you're more anti-vax.
I'm trying to learn more to become not anti-vax, and I'm going the opposite way. So I don't know what you want. I'm trying my best. I'm just reading as much information as possible. All the information points in the other way. That's all. That's it. That's it. And honestly, I actually had I was tearing myself, I was a little torn on the inside about it because I'm thinking of it two ways. Like, okay, I don't want to get the vaccine because I hate the government right now and they're being terrible. So there's that part of it. But then there's the only option I have to prevent the spread of COVID might be to get the vaccine. So then I'm like, well, maybe I should just get it but then I'm like, no, but I'm being a bitch, so I can't get it. But then I'm like, okay, you got to get it. You got to get it. And then I'm like, okay, but wait, I actually had the Delta variant already. So I'm like, good.
Right.
I'm like
yeah,
better
exactly.
than like Pfizer Daddy Fresh. I'm like better than that right now.
Like,
I'm
you
chilling.
should be able to go into a restaurant with proof of
Delta Daddy.
Yeah, Delta.
Right.
If you can prove
I
that
might
you have
get
Delta
a Delta
Daddy.
symbol. Is it a triangle? Tattooed to my titties.
Oh God,
Delta
please don't.
Daddy. And then I'll put Daddy next to it. Triangle Daddy.
Dude, that's the mandates. I think the mandate is when you because talking about like what we were just talking about. When you talk about the mandate and then you think that you cannot just prove that you just had it, Like, it's not like they're looking at this thing intensely. It's like you should be able to prove that you either have antibodies,
Right.
which I'm pretty sure are more effective than with the Delta variant than the other, like the actual vaccine.
Yeah, they try like the
Like,
people
you
who
should
talk
be able
about
to do
the
both.
vaccine.
And then the fact that it is not, the fact that you're not able to show proof of antibodies makes me start to be like, well, what are the motives here?
well, they're not
Like,
able to
why,
show proof
you know.
of antibodies, and they're not. But their big thing is they're not able to show proof of which variant you have. Like they're not
Right, they
testing you
can't.
for that.
Right.
We assume that most cases now
Don't
are
get
Delta
Delta
variant.
daddy, you don't know.
Right. They assume
what if
I'm gonna
you
get
get
Delta
Gamma
daddy,
daddy?
anyway. I'll get all the daddies. I'll get everyone I get. I'll get all of them. But you assume like because Delta it came back, it spiked again. It's all Delta, whatever. But oh my God, Louis so cute. I forgot what I was about to say though. But
Frankie, you feel similar about the situation, obviously?
just yeah. I just think it's the unfortunate part is the lack of information because it makes it impossible to talk to people. Like my friends who are nurses who I was hanging out with, I told you they like confronted me about the vaccine. From their side, like what they say is no, like getting the vaccine protects you much more than natural immunity. They're showing that. Okay, so I researched it myself and I started looking things up, and it's everything I found shows the opposite. Like maybe I saw a couple that said that, and then I saw like way more that said the opposite, where it was like, oh, studies show that
Well, at that point,
natural immunity is stronger than that. I'm like, okay, well then nobody knows at all.
Right.
So like everybody should stop thinking.
Dude,
they
it's
know.
the same. I said it when it started. It's the same situation. Are eggs good for you or bad for you, dude?
They're good for you.
I know, but they might be bad for you too. Cholesterol.
Right.
You remember that? It's like it's always
Right.
those debates of like, eggs are good for you. No, actually, eggs are bad for you. Oh wait, no, they're good. It's just like what's trending, bro.
Right.
No one fucking knows.
Right.
And it's you're gonna trend the way that at this point your political party trends.
Which is
with your
so
decisions.
That's what's crazy. And I try to explain this to people too because obviously I came from I'm raised Republican. So like my natural instinct a lot of times is in that camp. But I think I've shown time and time again on this podcast, I pretty much bounce around on a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, all right, on this particular topic, I know where Republicans' stance is. I know where liberals' stance is. That's why I Googled like all the shit. And now I know where my stance is, and that's my fucking stance. And like, even if you disagree with my stance, if you didn't like take the time to like make that decision in that way, I don't care what you say.
Right.
But I don't care if you're gonna tell me I'm like some asshole crazy anti-vax. I'm not an
Guess what?
anti-vax.
Assholes live forever.
They fucking do, Daddy. It's just the lack of information makes it tough to talk to people. People get defensive. It sucks.
Right.
It really sucks.
Right. Interesting. What I was gonna say though, on the radio on the way, my mom said, "Show me the research." She sent.
I'll send her the fucking podcast. Eva, you're gonna get the podcast. You want to listen to 3 hours of fucking facts? I'll send it to you right now. I got your number. You got Spotify, lady? You got a subscription? You don't want them commercials? I'll send that shit right now.
So on the radio, I heard this commercial that was a commercial about the vaccine. Like the commercial for the COVID commercials are like next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I
Oh,
see
I
the
know.
COVID commercials, because I don't really listen to the radio. Me and Emily don't have cable, so like I don't really see commercials that much. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I heard this
I
commercial.
just sent it to your mom.
And it was literally the voice. It sounded like the voice of the lady from The Purge was doing.
Oh.
Hello, the COVID-19 vaccine is perfectly safe, and we would like to let you know that if you're over the age of 12, it's your time to now go and get the vaccine.
Over the age of 12 is insane to me.
Yeah.
And by the way, the FDA only said over 16.
If you wanna enjoy things like dining, fitness, or entertainment, you're gonna need the vaccine. Find your local clinic to go get the vaccine. I was like,
Bro,
what
I
the
saw that
fuck
one.
did I just hear,
Bro, I
dude?
saw that one. I saw that one.
It was a radio commercial.
heard it,
and it was
whatever.
literally the voice of the lady like The Purge.
Yeah.
I was like, yikes, dude.
Bro, that's what they all sound like.
If you want to enjoy, I was like, that is like a warning, dude.
Right. At least when you buy like
I didn't.
At least when you hear like a Viagra commercial, they're like, side effects might include heart attack, death, stroke, and they at least go fast with the bad shit.
Right.
They're just like, it
She
is
paused.
safe.
She was pausing.
Eat it with your cereal, the vaccine. Like, what the fuck is going on?
If you want to enjoy things like fitness, entertainment, or anything, you get that fucking vaccine
in your dick.
Yeah, it was pretty trippy.
Yeah, it's wild.
It was
is
pretty
wild.
trippy.
But again, like, I don't think that the person who wrote that commercial is some like evil. I don't think it's Bill Gates with like puppets being like, I need a.
I think it's someone who works for the
magnetize you.
city who wants a good pension.
Your mom just responded to me because I sent her. She goes, I'm just going to send this to my evolutionary biologist daughter. Cool. She probably knows who Brent Weinstein is. And he's 50. Good luck. So anyway, what were you just talking about?
COVID vaccine.
No.
You have
the
a stance,
commercials.
dude.
The commercials.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, I think that was all I had to say on the commercials. They are wild. But, that's what I was going to say. I don't think it's some, like, puppeteer who's, like, the guy creating these commercials. I just
No.
think
They're
they're
cousins.
trying to fucking save the world. They're just not getting all the information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
I was saying the person who made the commercial was some just like marketing guy who like has a job and he's like, I'm gonna work for the city because I want a good pension.
Right.
And then it's just like, all right, man, like you need to do this. He's like, all right, and it's like, all right, let's try and get this thing before lunchtime. All right, send it to the voiceover lady, and it's some lady like sitting in her closet, fucking recording this thing. You know
totally,
what I mean?
mindless job. He's just like, well, I'm getting paid for
Yeah.
it. Yeah. That's not, I don't think it's some
I'm just
like
saying it's
malicious
a weird thing to. I just don't like that. It was someone's idea to fucking blast that thing out.
Oh yeah, dude. I was looking at some stuff today just on like pharma because like I got into it a little bit, and like the list of things that are FDA approved would like blow your mind. So like the FDA approval of the vaccine, I don't even remember last week. I was like, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever now. Cigarettes are FDA approved. Fucking opioids are FDA approved. Fucking what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
I
if
saw
it's
something.
FDA
I have
approved?
no clue if it's real or not, but I saw something that was like the guy who's like the head of the FDA is like Fauci's ex-boyfriend or something. But it was like an actual.
No,
it was an
no.
actual connection. I just made that joke, but
it's his wife who's on the board of
Right,
FDA or
something like that.
Yeah.
Like
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
But also, they're in the same circle. They could have just met in the industry. But I like to be to be nasty about it. Fuck that bitch. But yeah, so like the FDA thing, all right, that has no water for me anymore. Gone, useless. So I'm right back to the government's evil and we're fucked. That's where
Right.
I'm at. So that's my stance. And you can suck my dick.
I mean, this is America, man. You can fucking believe whatever you want.
Yes, you can.
And I already got the vaccine, so I can't. There's just those options aren't for me. When the booster comes up, I'm gonna definitely have some. Because I don't know when it happened amongst. Because the first time around, it was like we're healthcare workers. I'm protecting my patient. Here we go. Like
Right.
this is
Well,
gonna end this thing. Like that was the type of thought process I had
it's
into
back
it.
and it's
Now I
worse.
hang out with this fucking asshole who's
Sorry.
talking about all this stuff.
What's up?
And I just don't love the idea of just continuing to jam a needle in my arm every 5 months until I'm dead. What the fuck is that?
So it's like, okay, it
That's
was
the
safe.
solution.
Remember the first
I
first
don't know,
round?
man. I got to just listen to that blindly.
Right.
I can't. Don't even ask questions. If you ask questions, you're a Trumper,
Right.
racist piece of shit.
Right.
I just got a couple fucking questions, man.
Right. God
forbid
fucking
try
did.
and talk to a doctor. They only want to talk to you for 5 fucking minutes.
And they're like, get it, idiot.
Yeah.
Get out of here. They literally told me to fuck off.
Yeah.
Last time I
I'm
was
a
at the
doctor.
doctor.
Listen to me.
Okay, cool.
I don't have to prove myself to you.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're talking about, probably. You probably didn't do any you don't know what's going on.
My dad went to a cardiologist today, and the cardiologist said, if you're under 30, don't get the vaccine, and if you already had it, there's absolutely no point. First time I've ever heard a doctor saying anything.
Good, that made me feel good.
Yeah.
So, but you know what you can't do?
Everything else I've ever heard is like, you're an idiot.
He's like, I can't go to the city no more. I cannot do it. I
Wow.
literally can't.
That's pretty
And I'm
correct.
fucking fine with it. Because I don't want to go to the city right now anyway. But I do miss the city a lot, so it was a lot to think about. Like I miss old Manhattan. Like I miss Manhattan pre-pandemic more than I miss oxygen.
I
Like,
gotta say,
fucking-
dude.
ugh.
Oh, Emily also. So originally, like my whole plan for this new lease, dude, was like, all right, like we're gonna the summer is gonna be very telling of COVID. So like we'll be able to make a good decision by then. And I was also like, I'm kind of like I'm enjoying work. I got my thing going, so I'm not really trying to uproot and go anywhere. But I'm definitely like. I'm paying a lot of money to live in a very small box in a very congested city where like I can't really enjoy all the things that I love doing. What the fuck am I doing here kind of thing? You know what I mean? So I thought like through the summertime, I'm like, the summer's going to be very telling. I feel like, I remember I was talking about the resurgence. I was talking about like, here we go. Like I'm going to get back into comedy. Like improv's coming back. Silent discos are coming back.
Yeah.
Like I really felt like inside me that there was going to be a New York City resurgence. And like the feelings of that have like drastically plummeted, dude.
Yeah.
Because one, people were supposed to go back in September. That was like very much just like when the Delta variant originally started getting talked about, immediately everyone was like, like September's now kind of up in the air, like we don't really know. Emily's got pushed back till at least February, which feels like a very much just like a throwaway date of just like, we don't
we'll
really
reevaluate.
know. Or
I
I think they were like they don't even know. And then we have two friends moving to Manhattan because people are like starting to come back to Manhattan. We have two friends coming back to Manhattan that were like traveling this whole time.
Congrats on the engagement for them. Katie and Brett, right?
Different couple.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
congrats.
they're
to
not
Katie and
coming
Brett.
because she's not going to the office soon. They pushed it back for
there you
her.
go.
She was supposed to go back in September. They pushed it back for her.
There you go.
They pushed back this other couple I know. They got pushed back till February. So I started asking my patients. It was kind of 50-50. Some are going, like one guy's like, yeah, I'm going next week. Someone else was like, no, it got pushed back. So we've kept people out of Manhattan streets like 30, let's say 25 to like 55, which is a hustle and bustle, business-driven 9 to 5, 7 to 3, like 11, like situation where the entire infrastructure has just been completely and utterly collapsed. All the trains, all the commuters, all that business is now getting pushed back again. It's like and this one feels, September was like, we're going to have this thing under control and it's going to be September. And now all of them just feel like February, but now we're a little confused and we don't really know what to do. And I'm like, yo, by the time you fucking figure this shit out, New York City is going down, dude.
Done.
It's down.
It's done. This was like the only chance they had to get like back.
Yeah.
It feels like they barely. I mean,
Broadway
most
tickets-
businesses didn't survive. Broadway, dude. There's no way they're gonna start filling up.
They're not.
Broadway halls.
I saw an article that Broadway has like only like one sold out show in September for their big return, and like
'cause
most
who's
have
gonna
like
buy tickets
tons
ahead
of
of
tons
time?
of tickets ready.
Who's gonna make
Well,
that
dude,
commitment
like-
when you know there's a pretty good chance they're gonna be like, sorry, we got to cancel it because there was a fucking something happened in New York City. Like, that is a pretty upsetting.
But then you also isolate like bars and restaurants. Let's say there's plenty of people who love getting drunk and also are anti-vax.
right.
Nothing bad with that. I'm just saying that those are people that exist.
Right.
Now you're taking all those people out of the bars. Those are the people drinking, having a good time.
Most
you
of
took their business away this whole time. Then you do this other thing. I'm like, why are you trying to?
Exactly, you're handcuffing.
You gotta
these pla-
allow
That's
these
why a lot of
people
people
to
in Manhattan are.
fucking
That's why a lot of these bars are
try
saying
to
on
survive,
outside, being
dude.
like, they're just being like, dude, we don't care. We want all of our customers to come in. Like, I don't care if a lot of people are doing that. I'm sure the government or the cops or whatever, they're gonna come down, crack down on that. I'm sure because they're ruining the whole fucking. You better remember that information. I'm not gonna remember it. Fuck. I was just spitting bars on nothing. Can you pause the feed? There we go. It's okay, buddy. And we're back.
And we're back.
Perfect timing. So your
So, yeah.
spot.
So yeah.
So yeah, that was my one question. Like, I understood the whole Trump thing. Yeah, he set that whole thing happen. He was getting the people out by that date. So another also weird thing is I feel like Biden is on one hand taking credit for getting people out of Afghanistan when the date was already set. And then two, he's pawning off blame for it being a shit show and for Americans like being left behind when that's like directly feels like it's his fault. So I'm curious your views on
This is my view on it. I find it now I feel like I'm kind of breaking out of like the political matrix a little bit because like I just don't get the blame game where it's just like, oh, like actually this is actually Trump's fault. I'm just like, what do you mean it's Trump's fault?
Right.
How could that be? I'm watching these things happen in real time, live, and this is his reaction. And I'm like, I don't agree with that reaction. And it's like, oh, well, actually, this is from a fucked policy that Trump did with the Taliban. That was a bad deal, and you didn't have a choice. I was like, okay, well, if that was the case then, if he didn't like the deal, he's the president. He should make a new deal. We're America. They're the Taliban. We make the rules. They don't make the rules. That's how shit
Let's
works.
do our job.
We do our fucking job. We get it done. He's the leader. The old plan sucked. Here's the fucking new plan. I'm the new plan guy. Here we go.
Right.
Like, you can't just be like, I was dealt a fucking shitty hand of cards and I had to play him. It's like, well, you're the fucking president.
Right.
Why'd you have to play it? And then what are you talking about?
Exactly.
And I don't understand. I don't even understand why people are like, yesterday it was like the war in Afghanistan is over. The war in Afghanistan, people were tweeting that. And I was
Don't
like,
look
shit.
like it.
I was like, shit, that's awesome. And then 2 seconds later, I see a White House like press conference where like a general was literally saying that we left Americans behind. And I was like, how could that be? Literally, I had to be like, there's certain takes in certain situations when I'm like, my liberal bias is kicking in right now where I'm like triggered to just be like, that's not true. It's definitely this. The war is over. So then I'm just like, I don't understand. How the fuck could that be happening right now? And then I'm like, that's actually happening.
Well, you do have people who blow it maybe out of proportion. Like most of the people we got out, but there's up to hundreds.
Dude,
I read
a.
And then wait, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the one thing, like every time Biden would say something where I was like, okay, you're making sense, and then he would say some other crazy shit. He was like, as long as they want to come out to leave Afghanistan, we will get those Americans out. As long as they want. Bro, there's motherfuckers hanging from helicopters. You think they want to just hang around? They blew up the fucking airport. Are you out of your noodle, sir? If they want to leave, you think they want to fucking what? They're going door to door, shooting people associated with America. That's actually happening.
As if they
what
just
are
need
you
to, like,
talking
walk
about?
down the street and they're like at the airport. It's like, no, they're hiding in like
They're
hotel
fucking. They were sprinting around the airport. They got left there. Like,
Yeah.
what in the fuck are you talking
Dude,
about?
I read an article that there's like a Afghan university that was like set up by like America. And there's like students there, faculty that were all like American
the
affiliated.
translators and stuff.
There's
the
like
actual
translators. No,
university?
there's like an actual
Kids.
university.
Oh fuck!
And it was like,
Like a study abroad.
They
No.
fucking left them, right?
I don't know if they were American kids or like Afghan kids like studying with like America. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like
feel
we
it.
went over there, we invaded there, and then we were like, we're gonna start a college here. Come to our college, and we brought them to our college. And then they were trying to get out, and they couldn't fucking make it. They
They would have let them through the airport.
They wouldn't let them through the airport, and then the Taliban like planted a flag on the fucking college.
Yeah, it's that scary shit. It's like
And now-
video game shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's video game shit. It's like the thing with the helicopter with the guy hanging like fucked me up. I was like, wow. Could you imagine like being in that country and then you were like, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't good under American occupation. I'm not acting like it was some like, let's skip down the street and like go to the grocery store and we're chilling. I'm sure it was still not great. But like, could you imagine like overnight, Taliban's back, they're cutting heads off, literally, and did you see the video of the guy of the Taliban people behind the newscaster?
Oh, I just saw a picture of it.
Bro, it was like one guy reading the news. I couldn't imagine being this guy. He's like, did you see it? This guy's reading the news off a teleprompter. He's speaking whatever, is it Afghani, the language? Speaking that language, but he was just like, today and like the weather is pretty
And there's
crazy.
literally just two dudes with like
No, there was 2 on camera. Then they pan out. There's 15 of them around with AK-47s pointing at him, just watching him read the news.
Right.
And the poor guy he nailed it. He was so like stern and like smiled a little bit. He was very calm.
Yeah.
I would have been pissed myself.
It just doesn't make sense to me that there's a lot of people that are just like, no, none of this is Biden's fault. All of it is Trump's fault. I'm like,
Well,
how
'cause
can you
nothing could ever be Biden's fault
How can
for
you
those
so
people.
quickly make that? This is all happening in real time, and if your first reaction is like, nope, not him. It's actually him.
Right.
It's like that's a ridiculous.
As a
like, could we
leader-
have maybe not. I'm not even like an army guy. I feel like I was always like, like you sign up to be in the military, like that's what happens to you kind of person. I never really thought about it, but now I'm like, you watch those fucking 12 like literal children die like they were fucking 20-year-old kids like over there doing shit. I'm like, that is fucking fucked up, dude.
Yep.
Like fucked up. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like that's crazy. And you know, there's no getting around that.
No.
There's no fucking that happened like under your watch. Like I'll remember 2021 was like, and it, like Biden was president. Like I won't be like, oh well, actually it was inherited policies. Like
Right.
fucking fuck
But
off.
like some liberal people would do that, and that's what people do on both sides. Like people will blame fucking, they do that all the time,
course.
and that's the dumbest shit ever. And then you have all these young kids die overseas in Afghanistan. Then on American soil, you have the mother of one of those kids like go on a rant about the whole thing on Facebook, and then get her fucking shit silenced and removed from Facebook.
that happened.
That happened today. The mother of one of those kids that died. Let her say whatever the fuck she wants to say.
Right.
Her son was just murdered for no reason. Like, can we draw a line somewhere on what we're
Yeah.
censoring? It's fucking insane.
What I was gonna say about the military though is like, okay, you think like Biden, he did a good job getting us out. I'm like, okay, could we have not given us the terrorist enemies all of our guns and helicopters
$4
and
billion
planes
worth.
and bombs? Could we not have done that?
Right. And then you saw the
We didn't need to do that.
you saw the
Could we have-
Secretary of State come on TV, and he was like, well, yeah, we left $40 billion or $4 billion worth of equipment, but none of that equipment is anything the Taliban could use strategically to enforce their power. Really? You don't think tanks, helicopters, fucking explosives, and like a fucking building's worth of ammunition they can't use that to enforce their power? Are you fucking mad?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And the as far as the Trump policy, I will say like the Trump policy wasn't good. Like
I didn't think it was good.
they
either.
released 5,000 of their prisoners. A lot of them were higher up officials. Like it was basically agreed upon that the Taliban would pretty much gain control again.
Right.
But and that's not great. It might have been the only deal on the table, but it's not great. Did he agree to get the troops out? Sure, good. The rest of it, not great.
Right.
As far as the execution, like, okay, you pulled the military before the citizens.
Right.
How on any strategic level was that a good idea? I just don't understand. And then you said it.
How you
August 31st.
how you gonna tell me?
How you gonna tell me?
How you gonna tell
How you gonna tell me that was a good idea? And then you set a fucking date of August 31st. You wouldn't need the date, and you got the motherfuckers out first.
Yeah.
Date would have been done. It just don't make no sense. I'm no political, wiser by any
Right.
chance, but wiser. Now I am. But it just don't seem like a good idea to me. And it's honestly, I've seen people on both sides though, on like social media, pretty unhappy with the situation.
Right.
I don't see many people defending it except for like influencers and stuff on Twitter, like liberal influencers. Like, yeah, like Kulinski was defending it, a lot of like
Right.
reporters and stuff. But other than that, I have seen overwhelming dissatisfaction with
Yeah.
what's going on.
I think you said it. It's like no one's questioning that we wanted to pull out. All of us are like, why are we in this war?
Right.
Pull them out. But it was like that defending the way that was done
Nuts.
and saying like that was good.
Seems just
And that was
wrong.
the best he could do with the last policy. I'm like, I just don't.
Dude.
I don't think I'll ever subscribe to the idea of that. Oh, like this thing that happened in this time was actually a result of this thing that happened, and it's actually this person's fault. I'm like, whoever's in charge, it's your fault.
Agreed.
Like, you're the one that was elected to do the damage control. You couldn't fucking do it. It doesn't matter if you were dealt a shitty hand. That's your job.
If you're dealt a shitty hand, like find out that you're accountable for something. Take accountability. Like, have you ever, and we're sports guys, like have you ever read about or watched a documentary on an athlete that was like, oh yeah, what a good leader. He made tons of excuses. It's always, he was a great leader, never made an excuse.
Right.
Held himself accountable, held his teammates accountable. What the fuck? You're the president of the United States. Trump was the same way. Trump would blame shit on people too. Of
course.
Like, you're the leader of the free world. You're supposed to be our leader.
Right.
Fucking hold yourself accountable. Like, it's if the captain of the fucking Yankees is a good enough leader to fucking hold himself accountable, like you should be able to figure it out, guy.
Mad times, man.
Mad times.
Mad
And now you got fucking like Lindsey, I think it was Lindsey Graham who's like the chances, I'm not even laughing.
Oh,
but
yeah, he
the
said-
chances of a 9/11 style attack just went up tenfold. Yeah, bro. Looks like it. They blew shit up already. There was a guy the other day, or I think it was yesterday, that drove into like a mall or something and started shooting in the name of the Taliban or some shit. It's like, I don't even want to go. No wonder I don't want to go to New York City. I'm done with the city. Good luck with the Upper West Side, guy.
I got that sick roof though.
You're right, and it's just only a 3-story
I
building.
won't.
It's not
I
a
will
Target.
not. Right. I will not ask for your passport to get into my apartment.
I appreciate that.
I'm a passport-free household.
And no doorman, right?
There's no doorman.
Cool.
We're
I'm
good.
a fucking moonwalk up them stairs.
Should we wrap up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Sorry that we ended on a dark note. We love a good. Should we end on a knock-knock joke? You got a good one?
Not really.
Okay. Sorry
Not
to
really
pimp you
after
out.
today.
All right. Yeah.
Do I have anything else that's a little bit more uppity? Nope.
No. Nope.
The last
It's
thing I read
over.
was
The show's over. Peace, guys. Love you.